Hey, this is Brian Kurtz, and welcome back for another special edition episode of our short refinance bootcamp, where we talk about how you can use a short refinance in order to avoid foreclosure, save your credit, reduce the amount that you owe against your home, and stay in the home all at the same time. In the past, we've been talking about what exactly a short refinance is, the importance of acting quickly. We've talked about credit impact. We talked about what happens with the negative balance, the amount of debt that's forgiven, things like that. And we are actually going to swoop right around here, and we're going to refocus once again on the importance of acting quickly. Now, I understand that we've already talked about this. This is the only subject we're going to talk about twice because of its most important nature. Okay, let's think about this. All right, last time we talked about it, I gave you all the reasons, all the little logical reasons why you need to do this, talking about how it's difficult to get the new money to come in if you're behind on too many payments. The more payments you miss, the less amount you can finance, all these great reasons. But perhaps you want to hear a story. Some people learn more by, analytical type of things like that. Some people want to hear stories and examples and understand through stories. So let me tell you an experience I had this week. Had somebody contact my office looking for a short refinance. Now I called them back the next day, as I usually do, and we had a little conversation. And usually I try to gather information up front because I don't have too much to go on when my assistant hands me the sheet of paper that says here's the amount owed, here's the person, here's the house. I don't have too much information. I got to get a lot more because the little details are very important in this business. Now, as we were discussing things, this lady who contacted me basically explained, she's like, look, I was behind on payments because of a job situation. Now my job's back. I'm having money again. But I sent them 2 payments, and they sent them back. They stapled the checks to a letter and they sent them back. Immediately, red flags are going off in my head. And I said, how many payments did you say you were behind? 2, maybe 3. Okay, once again, red flags going off in my head. All right, this person probably waited too long, because if they're 2 payments behind and it is the end of July now, we're heading into August, they're about to be 3 payments behind. Once you go 3 payments behind, the government-backed program is there for you as long as it was adjustable rate mortgage and not a fixed rate mortgage. But if it was an adjustable rate mortgage, the payments adjusted up, they will overlook missed payments and still work with you on this, but no more than 3 missed payments. Okay, so once she misses the 3rd payment, I can't get her 97% loan to value, which means it's more difficult negotiating with the current lender on the write down, because I can't give them as much. I got to give them 7% less. And then also, I knew that by the time we met together, by the time the paperwork was all processed and packaged together, that typically takes, even as fast as we can go, a week to 10 days before people can meet, paperwork can be established, HUDs can be drawn up by title companies, and then submitted into the bank, and then loaded up into their system, and them even acknowledge that they have it. Which means basically you'll be 1/3 through 1/2 way through that 3rd missed payment month. And once you cross the 4th missed payments, you're done. So, it takes 8 weeks from the time the package is submitted to the time that you're going to work through this process and get approval. That would have carried this person well past that 4th month, and there would have been no help for her. So, once again, here is the attitude that I got, though. I explained, I said, look, this is probably not going to work for you. The government-backed program is not going to be there because I don't think you're telling me the truth. First of all, if they're sending the checks back, that probably means you're at least 4 months behind. Because when they start sending the money back, when you make 1 or 2 payments, you're behind 3 or 4. Once you're in what they call breach, they don't accept 1 or 2 back payments. They will only accept the entire amount owed. So all the back payments plus the interest plus the late fees. So you have to write one big check, not 1 or 2 payments that were missed out of the 4, but 1, and carry everything forward and bring everything current at once. That's when they start telling you that they are not going to be working with you. They're not going to accept the checks. So that told me, hey, this lady's probably at least 4 months behind, and she's thinking she's 2 or 3. So she's probably at least 4. And that being the case, they're probably initiating the foreclosure proceedings right now. They're running the ads in the paper, announcing to the world their intention to foreclose against the property. They're scheduling up for a sheriff sale. And that means, hey, short refinance is probably not an option. She waited considerably too long before seeking for help. But here's the attitude that I got. I said, look, I can't probably do a short refinance, but if you're looking to avoid foreclosure and save your credit, I can probably coordinate a short sale for you since you're right here in my own state, in Michigan, and I do have a license to sale real estate. So, oh no, I'm not selling my house. I said, oh, okay, well, that's your prerogative. I mean, what are you going to do when they move you out? They're not going to move me out of my house. Maybe you're not understanding, ma'am. They are intending to foreclose. When they start sending the checks back, they are intending to foreclose against you. Now, the sheriff's sale is going to take place. You're going to have a 6-month redemption period, and then they're going to back a truck up to the house, and they're going to move you out. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, no, they are not. You're telling me I'm only $6,000 behind. You're telling me they're going to put me out of my house for $6,000? You're telling me there's nobody out there that can help me? Well, at that point in time, you can't really reason with people because they're obviously not thinking. They're thinking emotionally and not logically. But the truth of the matter was, yes, they are going to foreclose, and eventually they will put you out of the house. The other thing is, she made reference that there's all these loan programs out there. Everybody out there doing loans, nobody can help you. Well, here's the thing. When you're 4 months behind on your payments, there is not anybody that is going to help you. Yeah, there's thousands of loan programs out there, but there's none for your particular situation. So, once again, this is kind of a bad story, and I don't like to share bad stories, but sometimes people need to hear it. If you are in a situation where you can see the writing on the wall and you're current on payments, or you've just gone late on payments, and you would like to stay in the house and try to arrange some type of negotiation, a short refinance where you lower the amount that you owe on your home by placing new financing and convincing the current lender to write down the balance, you need to take action before things progress too far. Okay? So that being the case, thank you for watching this special edition of Short Refinance Bootcamp. We'll come back. We're going to have 1 or 2 more episodes, and then we're going to wrap the entire series up. If you feel that this information is great, feel free to leave some comments below. If you have any questions for me, I always answer them. And you can also use those Web 2.0 buttons, the Stumble Upon, the Dig button, the Technorati, Reddit, and all that stuff. If you want to share this information and this resource with the world and let them know that, hey, they can come here and find out information about short refinances, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. Once again, thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time on the Short Sale Show.